Hi guys, this is my review for Season 10, Episode 18, Seek. So for this episode I actually didn't really have a lot of notes on it, so I'm just going to kind of wing it without a script. So I actually really liked this episode. Even though I'm a cat person, I still have a great love for dogs, so dogs I'm totally on board with. I like to call this episode Dog Tags Part 2. So for the A story in this episode, we have a grieving widow who comes to Team Gibbs and says, my husband was killed, but I don't think it was just, an act of war. I think it was something personal because of this message he sent me. And then Team Gibbs is like, yeah, something fishy's going on, and they decide to investigate. All with the help of Dex, the adorable bomb-sniffing dog, who should be a regular. And the B story of this episode is Vance seeking out the perfect nanny for his two children. The best part of the Vance storyline was definitely the Vance-Ziva conversation. I thought that was really intense and something that really needed to take place. Also, speaking of Ziva, apparently she's doing a little bit of, spying on her own, looking into her father's murder, obviously. Hopefully this is all set up for the, finale arc, and maybe we're gonna get some, Ziva revenge. I'm praying for it. I think it could be amazing. Besides the Ziva Vance conversation, another of my favorite moments was Miggy and Tony getting chased by the dogs, and then Tony going in through the sunroof. Definitely points there. That was hilarious. Really, I think the most noteworthy part of this episode is definitely the last few minutes, because the dog is shot, which is terrifying, and you're just oh my god, the poor dog, because Dex is amazing, and it's you can't kill off the dog, but for a few minutes they made me believe that had happened. And then the dog comes in and he's okay, he's alive, and she gets to keep him, and it's the perfect happy ending. And then the team goes to leave, and Gibbs is that's not a dog, that's a Marine. And I was so done. I was ah. And then the dog's standing guard at the coffin, and yeah, I was pretty much crying at that point. I cried at the end of that episode, I'll admit it. I cried. It was a little mini roller coaster of emotions. Good job, Michael Weatherly. So, A+ episode. One thing I want to, not necessarily nitpick, but I want to maybe put a question to the audience. He has a dog, right? And it's not mentioned. I mean, even the widow is just hey, you guys aren't really dog people, and Miggy doesn't step up and say, I actually have a dog. I mean, am I just I'm not gonna call continuity error, but I mean, maybe I'm forgetting, did something happen to his dog? Because at the end of Dog Tags, he gets Jethro, right? Abby kind of gives him Jethro, and then he has a dog from then on, right? So yeah, anybody have any thoughts for that one? So anyway, I'm going to give this episode, I'm going to give it 4 to 5. I think that's a good solid grade. I wouldn't consider this an all-time favorite episode, but I definitely think it was an amazingly great episode, so that's a 4 out of 5. Oh, and also at the funeral were Tony and Ziva coordinating just a little bit with the scarf tie thing going on. I don't know, just something I noticed. My babies are matching. I love it. So hopefully you guys don't mind me being a little bit ramblier in this video because I didn't have a script. But, I just really liked it, and there just wasn't really a lot to nitpick. Just really loved that last 5 minutes. I'm just kind of obsessed with it. And anyway, I will see you guys, not next week. Is next week a repeat? Oh yes, next week is Squall, which is McGee's father, which you've all been looking for because they've been teasing this whole McGee's father thing since last season practically. So we're finally going to get to meet McGee, and there's a single McGee tear in the promo, so I'm preparing for another really emotional episode. So, go check out the promo. It's it looks like it's going to be possibly a good one. I've been waiting for a really good McGee episode because personally, a lot of his episodes I've not been a good fan of, even though I love McGee. I feel he gets really strange episodes, so hopefully this one will be the emotional, powerful episode that I've always wanted for a McGee-centric episode. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Love you all guys. See you next week. Bye.